Good morning, it's Recovery Kid Seth here for some Fat Loss 101. Time to debunk a myth, and that myth is that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and nothing could be further from the truth. Breakfast is the least important meal of the day, because when you wake up in the morning, you're in a fasted state. You haven't eaten all night long while you're sleeping. I mean, most of us, and so the worst thing you could do when you wake up in the morning is to eat food. Because you eat food, you raise insulin, fat burning stops. And like burning fat, we burn fat all the time. Burning fat's easy. As soon as we haven't eaten for a few hours and insulin levels go back down, we start burning fat, but it's not necessarily our body fat. But when you wake up in the morning, you're in a fasted state. Your body is primed and ready it's already in a state of fat burning, but you want it to mobilize body fat. So don't eat breakfast. It's the worst thing you could do. And because cortisol levels are high in the morning, which cortisol is basically a chemical in your body that the stress hormone. But it's very catabolic, which means it breaks things down. So it break down fatty tissue. So what you want to take advantage of, while cortisol levels are high, you want to keep insulin really low. And that is going to help you for your body to start mobilizing body fat, especially if you start getting active and burning calories early in the day before you eat any food. Your chances of actually mobilizing some body fat for that, to fuel that energy, those calories you're burning, your chances are greatly increased. And I know that the myth is that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You got to get your metabolism going. Well, that all stems behind something that's super outdated and has been proven to be wrong over and over again now, is that basically, like meal frequency. Meal frequency does not matter. You don't need to eat 4, 5, 6 meals a day. Like, absolutely not. That's actually worse. And the whole theory behind that is that every time you eat food, your body has to burn calories to digest that food. Well, that is true. But if you eat all your food in one meal, or if you eat all your food in 6 meals, your body's going to burn the same amount of calories to digest all that food if it's the same amount of food. So it doesn't matter how often you eat. All that matters as far as the amount of calories your body's going to burn by digesting your food, all that matters is the amount of food. So yeah, you could eat once a day if it's the same amount of food as eating 6 times a day, and you burn the same amount of calories. So that is like my myth debunked. And you might be worried, like, well, my muscles are going to waste away. How am I going to have energy for the day if I wake up and I don't put something in my body? Well, your muscles aren't going to waste away when you're in a fasted state, unless you've been fasting for like 48 hours. Then your body will start looking to your muscles. So doing a little bit of fasting every day, intermittent fasting, like wait to push your first meal out until noon if you can, and that you're not going to lose muscle doing that. Definitely not. Because another thing about fasting, human growth hormone goes up, and human growth hormone is an anti-aging hormone, and it's a hormone that is responsible for burning fat, mobilizing body fat as well. So, I mean, there's tons of reasons why intermittent fasting works really good for fat loss. So, and I'll just say this, like, I'm not a badass by any means, but I wake up at like 6 a.m. I go to work at 6:30 a.m. and I don't get off work till 4 in the afternoon, and I never eat food until I get off work. I usually won't eat until 4:30, 5 o'clock every day, and I work a physically demanding job a lot of days. Like, I'll be burning a lot of calories using my muscles at work, and I keep up with the guys that eat breakfast, eat lunch, no problem. Like, you can operate on a high level without food in your stomach. Actually, I'd argue that your concentration and your energy levels and just your productivity is actually better on an empty stomach than when you've eaten. So there's that. skip breakfast if you want to lose fat. Huge, very important tip. So thanks for watching, and I'm out.